Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down how you can take a physical product, any physical product, and turn it into a successful online business.
And to do that, we're going to use, well, a surprisingly brilliant example, the humble adjustable shelf. Yeah, I know. But trust me, if we can figure out how to sell this, we'll uncover a framework that you can use to sell pretty much anything online.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to talk about the big idea, what you're actually selling. Then we'll get specific. Who's your buyer? What are you offering them? How do you build trust? And finally, the part everyone dreads, getting your store live without the headaches.
Okay, let's get into it. The very first and honestly the most important mental shift you have to make is this. You need to understand what you're really selling. And spoiler alert, it is almost never the physical object itself.
So, here's the deal. People don't buy shelves because they're thinking, you know what my life needs? More wood and metal? No way. They buy them for that feeling of control, that sense of relief when they solve the chaos in their pantry, or when a messy wardrobe finally feels, well, organized. And that's the secret. The most successful sellers, they tap right into that deeper need.
So how do we build on that? Well, before you can sell that feeling, you have to get crystal clear on who you're selling it to. And more importantly, what specific problem of theirs is keeping them up at night. You see, your potential customers aren't just one big blob. They fall into these really distinct groups. Think about it. A renter who's terrified of losing their security deposit has totally different needs than a small business owner who just needs flexible storage for their stock. The moment you know which one you're talking to, your whole message gets so much sharper.
And this is where it gets really interesting. We're translating those buyer types into actual, real-world frustrations. This right here is marketing gold. Because when you can ask a question like, tired of that chaotic kitchen pantry? You're not just selling a product anymore, you're speaking their language. You're showing them, hey, I get it, I understand your problem.
All right, so once you've nailed the who and the why, now we can start to build a product range that feels like it was custom-made just for them. This is the fun part.
And check this out. It's such a simple but incredibly powerful technique. Don't just sell a small shelf. That's boring. Sell a spice and jar shelf. See the difference? Suddenly, the buyer can picture it in their own kitchen. They can see the solution, and they can choose with confidence instead of getting all hung up on measurements and numbers.
Here's another really smart move. Offer different pricing tiers. It's a classic psychological trick, and it works because it changes the question from a simple yes or no to which one is right for me. By framing your main core option between a basic and a premium choice, you make that middle one feel like the obvious, best value, common sense decision.
Oh, and bundles. Bundles are absolutely your best friend. Why? Simple. They solve a customer's entire problem in a single click. Think about it. A pantry kit is so much easier for a busy person to just buy rather than trying to figure out all the individual bits and pieces they need. It's super convenient for them, and hey, it increases your average order value. Win-win.
Now, putting a clear comparison table like this on your website, it's invaluable. It really empowers your customers to figure out the right product for themselves. That builds their confidence. And you know what it does for you? It cuts way down on all those pre-sale questions and, even better, those pesky post-sale returns.
Okay, let's talk about the biggest enemy of any online sale, uncertainty. It's that little voice in the customer's head asking, is this really right for me? Is it going to fit? Am I going to be able to install this thing? Your product page has one job, to be a trust-building machine that silences every single one of those doubts.
So think of this as your anti-anxiety checklist. Every single question you answer here, I'm talking everything from what's physically in the box to what kind of wall it'll work on, is one less reason for a potential customer to get nervous and just click away. You're literally removing roadblocks to the buy button.
And please, for the love of all that is good, speak like a human. You are not talking to a professional contractor, you're talking to someone who's just trying to solve a clutter problem. Something simple like, you can move the shelf up or down in minutes will always, and I mean always, sell better than some clunky technical jargon. Clarity is what builds trust.
Here's a little pro tip that's so simple but so effective. Add a fit check section. Seriously, just a simple guide with dead simple instructions on how to measure their space correctly. This one small thing can dramatically cut down on one of the biggest headaches for online sellers, returns because someone ordered the wrong size.
Okay, so we've covered the what, the who, and the how, but now we come to the final hurdle, the big one, The one that, let's be honest, stops so many great ideas dead in their tracks. The tech. The actual nitty-gritty of building an online shop.
And let's just be real for a second. If you're a person who makes and sells a physical product, your most valuable work is on the product. Your time is so much better spent sourcing great materials, taking amazing photos, talking to your customers, literally anything other than becoming a part-time web developer wrestling with templates at midnight.
This is exactly where done-for-you services can be an absolute game changer. Like Make Local for Global, for instance. They start with clear, affordable annual pricing so you know exactly what you're getting into.
And the great thing is, they can move fast. We're not talking about months of pulling your hair out. We're talking about going from an idea to a professional, live, ready-to-sell online store built by experts in just 5 days.
Their plan includes the whole shebang, the full store design and build, a domain name, email setup, payment integration, all of it. The whole point is to take that entire technical burden right off your shoulders, so you can get back to focusing on what you do best, making your amazing product.
And that brings us right back to where we started. It's the most important takeaway from this entire guide. The reason shelves sell, the reason anything sells, isn't just because it's practical, it's emotional.
So the big question I want to leave you with is this. What feeling are you really selling? Does your product make people feel secure, creative, calm and organized? Whatever it is, identify that core feeling. Then build your entire online store around communicating it, because that is what will give customers a powerful, emotional reason to choose you over everyone else.